And we're back to MLG Anaheim. Welcome back, ladies and gents. You all look so beautiful in the audience. It's nice to finally be able to see who we're casting to. It's great to be on the stage, of course. I'm Axel Toss, joined by Axlab. It's been a while since we've been commentating some StarCraft 2.
It has. It's been about a week, but this is an amazing arena here. And this next match is going to be it's going to be pretty fun.
Okay, yeah, so there's a little bit of story behind both of these guys. We got Coach Park playing. Do y'all know who Coach Park is? Okay, I know some of you might not. This guy is basically the beast of coaching. He knows everything there is to know about StarCraft 2 as far as playing, kind of like you, Nick, where you kind of have a good sense of what to do, but as far as coordinating it to the keyboard, maybe not the best in the world. Again, no insult to anyone, but again, he knows everything about StarCraft 2. He's been coaching EGTL over in Pro League, and he's been doing a phenomenal job over there, and he actually decided, you know what, I kind of feel like playing. So he's going to try to take on the open bracket of Anaheim, and we'll see how he does. How do you think he's going to do?
I think he's going to do very well.
Yeah?
I mean, when he goes up against the the Kespa guys, maybe Stats, Suit, Deer.
Right.
Of course, those guys are playing full time. It's going to be a little more difficult, but
they're pretty good.
Through a lot of these, the up-and-comers, the amateur guys, Coach Park has a very good shot. I mean, his experience alone. He actually used to be a pro Broodor player. Yeah. Not a famous one, but he has experience. So definitely someone to look out for.
Well, we'll see. Of course, he's playing against Bubbles. Now, Bubbles is might be a little bit lesser known of a name. Bubbles, he's actually on Quantic Gaming Academy. There you see him on the screen there, getting ready to go. And I wonder how it would feel. You're sitting in your booth, getting ready to play StarCraft, and your first round opponent is Coach Park. What goes through your mind in a situation like that?
It's got to be so intense. I mean, the legend behind this guy is so strong, but Bubbles has know that, Park probably hasn't put in as much recent game time as
Sure.
So that's his advantage. Of course, the map is going to be Aklon Waste for game number 1. We're starting it up here. It's a PvP.
Yes.
Coach Park switching races. He was Terran to Broodor.
Was he?
Yeah. Switching over to Protoss now.
Why would you ever switch away from Hellbats?
He probably talked to Artosis, and he did the same thing. He went from Terran. He went from Terran to Broodor to Zerg, then to Protoss.
Good point.
And yeah, just
good point.
The way you do it, man.
All right, here we are in Aklon Waste, ladies and gents. It's finally time to get started with the second match of the evening. Of course, this is still the winner's bracket round 1. Remember, 128-person open bracket. I think we have 4 waves of round 1 action. And this is going to be the second match of the night. We'll start with our introductions in the top left-hand location. I present your blue Protoss player, Coach Park. There he is, looking serious. Let's see how he does against his opponent. Kind of an up-and-comer, currently participating for Quantic Academy. He is Bubbles. What do you think of the name Bubbles? It makes me smile whenever I say it.
It does. It's an awesomely good name. The one thing, it does make you prone to your opponent making fun of you.
Does it now?
Yeah. If they have an Archon, you force field, they break through it, they're like, hey, pop your bubbles, man.
Oh,
and then it's going to demoralize you, right?
I'm going to let you do the play-by-play this game, so you can say that, because that sounds pretty amazing. But yeah, we got Bubbles versus Coach Park.
Oh, this is Bubbles' trademark move, man. Sorry to interrupt you there, but this is a trademark.
That's a forge.
This is what he was known for. In the early MLGs in 2011, he used to make deep runs. In all 3 matchups, the same opening every single game, man.
All right. So, Coach Park needs to kind of see this. Now, we have the Mothership Core in Heart of the Swarm. How much does that change things when you're dealing with the Cannon Rush?
It can make a big difference, or it can make almost no difference.
Sure.
Once cannons are up, of course, Mothership Core can't approach them. But you can sometimes try to counter across the map. If your opponent's not ready for that, you can win the base race, because, of course, you can just kill their workers and you can evacuate your own. But look at his positioning from Bubbles.
Oh, there's a probe. The probe.
There's no way it's going to see that. No way.
Oh, no, this is not looking good for Coach Park. If that cannon gets up, that's one of those things you want to see and send your probes right away to get rid of that. Because that thing shoots bubbles out, little bubbles. Like the blue bubbles, and the bubbles actually hurt. Oh, gosh, he sees it now. How does he react? You got to pull the probes.
But, I mean, the one in the back you can't kill. And, and as soon as the cannon in the back gets up, the cannons in the front are going to be protected.
Oh, no. Okay, so let's see how Coach Park... Does he just take an expansion somewhere else? Is that possible at this point?
It's possible. You're going to be behind though, because you have to cut worker production to get the Nexus up. Your opponent can just tech up, and you're going to be behind. It may be his best option, because look at the cannons. They're right next to his Nexus.
Yeah, there's no way the Nexus slits. Okay, let's see. He's currently boosting out a Mothership Core.
I think he's just going to counterattack. I think that's his goal here.
Just send a Zelda across the map. Okay, let's see what Bubbles does here. If he can just wall off that ramp, he's going to be fine.
Right? Oh, he's going for it.
Okay.
He's getting ready to
wall
wall
off. He has a little
off.
bit of time. He's definitely watching when these units come out here from Coach Park.
And Coach Park is saving minerals. So like you said, I think he's going to save enough money to build Nexus somewhere else.
No, it is natural, surely.
Maybe it's just.
But it's so close to that cannon. That's.
You know what I like doing is actually I build it in their natural.
Oh, that mothership core barely staying alive. Okay, he's gonna scoot out of there.
Yep.
He put it in his natural.
So
okay.
he has to counterattack now to do some damage, or at least force, extra cannons, extra ones.
One probe getting bold, he's getting surrounded. Coach Park gets killed there, but there's a cannon across the net. No, he's not walling off here.
I think he's confident the cannons will get up, but they may not.
I mean, even if they get up, you can just run right past him, right? Oh, okay, here we go.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. He's worrying me a little bit. 3 cannons going down. Coach Park pulling the probes. These probes are very happy about life right now. They never get to go out and explore and actually be in the army. So let's see how worth it they can be. A probe can spot what's going on. The full wall off goes down.
Oh no, the
and Coach
probes.
Park, he's going to be a sad panda seeing that wall up
They
at the
were
top
happy.
there. No, he's going to have to back up.
Cannon. So now he has to send that mothership core to harass his opponent's base.
Okay.
But Bubbles is already ready for that. You see he's building 1 cannon there.
Yep.
Psychor's going to go down. As soon as he gets his stalker out, the mothership core can't do any harass.
He's
Where
bringing,
is
he's,
that
he's
mothership
bringing it
core?
back. It's with his army there in the middle of the map.
Okay, so he's not even going to try to harass with the mothership core. He's just going to.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, he does need to keep something back to make sure Bubbles can't cannon rush his natural.
Yes, absolutely.
So the stalker and the mothership core can do
Patrol
it.
somewhere, just
yep.
make sure, because there is a pylon just above the natural, right where the main base is. So if he tries to leapfrog forward with cannons, it's definitely doable. Coach Park needs to make sure that doesn't happen.
He can actually kill that pylon.
Oh, he can?
Yeah,
that would
the
be
stalker can shoot that and not be in range of any of the cannons. If he finds just the right spot.
Stalker wants to kill the rocks first.
Okay. Well, the rocks don't fight back.
It's true. Well, neither does the pylon.
That's true too. But the pylon has buddies close by.
There you go. Exactly. So the stalker needs to get brave to go kill that pylon. I think that'd be a great move. Set in the probe up to see what's going on.
So who has more workers now? That's really the big question here. If you take a look at that,
okay.
Bubbles is up by 4 workers, which is kind of what I said. You're going to be, if you do this Nexus thing, you're going to be a little bit behind in economy.
Yeah.
But it's definitely playable. I mean, tech-wise, oh, you know what?
I think he's losing his cyber core.
Yeah, and he's got to restart Warp Gate from scratch.
Gosh. Okay. Okay, Warp Gate's being chrono boosted there here from Bubbles.
And he has no choke to defend either.
Okay, well he will have a militia core.
And it's going to have a lot of energy.
Photon overcharge is obviously going to be great in this occurrence, in this situation. But obviously does need the cyber core as soon as possible, having to remake his gateway. So it's not like he was even able to get a secondary cyber core up when his other gateway was still alive, and then he can start with the warp gate stuff.
Oh no, where's this? Oh, the stalker's got to head back here.
Go.
He cannot afford to lose too many probes here.
Save the probes. There we go. Zealot's going to feel very annoyed. 0 kills, and he's probably going to die.
Yep.
Yep.
He's going to turn around, try to take a few swipes and then Stalker. Of course, Zealot is slower than a Stalker, so a proper micro Stalker could easily just keep cutting it.
Oh, see, Warp Gate is about to finish here for Bubbles. He has 3 gateways about to finish. We're about to see a lot of units warped in. If that pylon doesn't get killed, even if the pylon gets killed, there's going to be a pylon somewhere else that the units can be warped.
I mean, he has a pylon in the main, right?
Yeah, this is looking very dire for Coach Park. Now, again, he does have that mothership core, but Photon Overcharge can only do so much.
Mothership core is heading home. It's almost back to the natural. He's cannon rushing his natural.
He's just building more cannons.
What is this?
Coach Park putting down the Photon Overcharge. He understands the desperation of the moment. He needs to take down that pylon immediately. Another pylon being added on here from Bubbles. But once these 3 cannons get finished, it's gonna be lights out here for Coach Park. He's gonna try to make it work.
I've never seen someone cannon rush a Nexus that has Photon Overcharge on it.
Why not? Why not?
It's not enough damage output. One of the cannons is about to go down. There's 2 more coming up.
2 more.
He's about to warp in 4 units as well as soon as he has the resources.
He's been warping in units this entire time, and Coach Park desperately trying to come up with the answer. Does he expand somewhere else?
This is a counter to the Photon Overcharge.
Yeah.
Photon cannons.
Just build the cannons there, and this. I think
the
Bubbles has this.
Probes realize their homeland's in jeopardy, trying to fight this off. But
not going to happen.
No, yes, it's not
going to happen. Bubbles going for what he was kind of known for, as you said, in MLGs in the past. Going for the cannon rush, this is something you have to be aware of. Think about it. Players are going to be doing this.
And
it's a very long tournament. It's a very long tournament. Try to get those easy wins. There's the GG. Bubbles! The Bubbles do not get popped on this day in that game. But Coach Park may be thinking, okay, it's the first game. I don't know the mentality, when he's playing, it's like, all right, I'm coming to America, I'm playing a friendly game. Maybe he thinks something like that's going to happen. So it doesn't be like scouting, right?
He looks a little nervous now.
Does he?
He looks a little nervous.
I don't see it, man. He's serious.
I think he's saying, you know what?
I'm going to win 2 in a row. That's what he's saying.
Yep, I think that's his plan. He's like, you know what? Let's make sure I don't get cannon rushed again.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because that was just brutal. And Bubbles played it so well. Even the first cannon, even if that was scouted, right? The way it was positioned, I don't think probes could have canceled that.
Yeah.
I actually, that might maybe a situation where you'd have to get your own forge and get a defensive cannon. Or rush the militia route so fast you have Photon Overcharge, but I think that'd be too late. That a beautifully executed can rush.
And when you think about all the things that can happen in MLG, you got to be aware of the cheese. Like, again, these are super long tournaments. If you just want to, it's a game 1 of a best of 3, so even if you lose, you can kind of come back and play the next 2 games seriously. You have to be aware of the early shenanigans, or it might be a very short tournament for you. So we'll have to see if Coach Park can adjust here, but I feel like he can. He's going to be aware of something like that happening. I feel he's going to be a little bit more on top of his scouting, and then try to turn it into a standard game that probably everyone wants to see, but it's nice to see some cheese thrown in.
It is.
I mean, cheese is going to happen.
It's a test. And coming from the Pro League background, I mean, you have to understand it, because it's big in Pro League.
Bubbles now, Bubbles is one of the few who can say he beat Coach Park.
Right. He beat a legend, man.
Beat a legend. But,
now, actually, to really beat Coach Park, you have to beat one of his people he coaches.
Is that how it works?
I think that's
one of his players.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Bubbles can do that as the tournament goes along. But are we ready to get into this next game fairly soon? Okay, I think we're going to be taking a quick break, guys, and we'll be back with Game 2 between Coach Park and Bubbles. Stay tuned.